What's up, everyone? I want to talk about real quick my post-fight thoughts on Berlanga. I think I got to be more animated because YouTube is about being animated. You hear my cat? But anyway, it depends what mood you catch me in. Coffee right here. So if you look at my previous video, you could see I predicted the fight, and I knew it with such confidence that it was an easy fight. Well, not easy. Well, a fight where Canelo should win, okay? So I watched the highlights of the fight. I saw what happened, but it was no surprise to me. I went on long about a boxing fan's perspective, about how it feels kind of scammy when you see these fights, or you could always predict them well for the majority of times. When you watch my videos, I predict fights right over the years. But sometimes they're really hard. Like, there would be up-and-coming fighters where I won a contest or two where I didn't really know who these guys were, but I could tell by their records, and I just made an assessment based on their statistics. And I was right for a lot, and I won some prizes. But in the majority of cases with boxing, it's crazy because Canelo is avoiding, I think Benavidez right now, the word is, and De La Hoya is trolling him, which is actually funny. I saw the Oscar De La Hoya video. He flips him off. De La Hoya is hilarious. But I get what he's doing. It's the boxing business. He's saying Canelo, he just wants so much money, and he just is avoiding this Turkey guy. Well, why would Canelo want to fight the best at this point? Why would he want to do that when he can make millions fighting guys he's going to beat? He's going to beat Berlanga. And I knew it before the fight. It's crazy. I knew it before the fight. Again, it's another story where, okay, like, I knew it without no doubt. Unless Canelo aged that night, he was going to win this fight. I mean, if you look at this Berlanga guy's record, I mean, who did he fight? His last fight was against some Irish guy. I think it was an Irish guy. And I was just looking through his record, and I was looking at his clips and highlights. I said, this guy looks like a cheap guy from wrestling. Canelo's supposed to win this fight. And this is the problem with boxing. This is the problem. For years and years and years, you, the fan, is going to get scammed. I don't care. I don't do this for a living. I'm not looking to be a commentator on TV. So I have no, bias either way. I'm just a boxing fan. So they're gonna milk you. They're gonna get a Canelo type fighter to beat a bunch of bums, if you will, and they're gonna get these wins over and over and build this record up, and then finally you're gonna see them fight someone great. Usually when they're in their 30s, after a guy's building his record like through his 20s and stuff like this. Errol Spence, Crawford. This goes on and on. It's a game. Whereas the UFC, you got to respect what Dana White does. The best fight the best. There's none of these shenanigans. This is crazy. Now there's a zone, there's ESPN. I just sound like I know what it sounds like. It sounds like a frustrated boxing fan. Yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated as a boxing fan. Can you blame me? So De La Hoya basically dissing Canelo Álvarez, calling him all these names. They want a piece of the action. Oscar wants that money. Oscar wants to keep that big money coming in. So they're going to want to get the best fights, which would be great for us. It'd be beneficial for the fans. But it's such a scammy business. It really is. I think I'm honestly, I got to rebrand this channel. I know nobody wants to hear this. I will occasionally talk about boxing, but I just want to talk about other things. Why not? I mean, it's not like I'm doing this for a living. It doesn't matter. I could just put up anything. I don't even need to edit this video. Just run the camera, put up a quick thumbnail. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get 10 views. It doesn't matter to me. I've been there, done that, millions of views. It doesn't matter. I've done this on multiple channels over the years. So this is just a fun spot for me to talk. But, I think boxing stinks. Okay, can I get right down to it? It stinks because we're not going to see the best fight the best. Why do I want to invest my time in seeing another young, great champion? I think the other night on ESPN, some guy looked really good coming up in the game. Why do I want to waste another decade of my life following this person? Destroying people, doing great, rising up. Oh, he looks amazing, and milking. And then 10 years from now, he's going to fight another great undefeated lion that looks like he's another pound-for-pound fighter. Why do I want to waste that time? Why? I want to see these people fight early in the game. I don't want to see. I want to see them at 23, 24, 25 fighting each other. I don't want to see them at 35 fighting each other. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is nonsense. I'm sick of it. I will never buy another pay-per-view again. Can I tell you that? Never. And I haven't in a while. Can I tell you? I haven't. I went to a friend's house. I watched a Usyk Fury fight. I will not waste a dime on any of this BS nonsense. As a matter of fact, I'm cutting the cord. Actually, I did on ESPN. I literally was watching ESPN, and I'm paying my hard-earned money for. Listen, I'm watching the fights, and the best part of the fights, in some cases, if you're a real boxing fan, sometimes the best after a good fight is watching the post-fight interview. At ESPN 2 or ESPN, they'd be like, go over to the app on ESPN Plus and check out the post-fight interview. I'm flipping you off verbally. To hell with it. I am not watching. I'm not paying for ESPN 2. I'm not paying for anything. I'm gonna have YouTube. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna save my money like I always do, and I'm not gonna pay for a pay-per-view ever again. I'm not gonna pay for ESPN anymore. It's done. I watched several fights with go over for the post-fight interview. Go over to ESPN Plus. Wow, really? Okay, so if more boxing fans do this, you'll probably get better fights. I don't know. It's so disjointed. You'll have someone over at the Zone. You'll have someone at ESPN, top ranked fighter. It's a waste. For me, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. I'm reduced to going to a friend's house or watching it online somewhere or watching the highlights. That's it. I already know 90% of the time who is going to win the damn fight just by looking at their records and looking at some clips. Because I've been watching boxing since I was 5 years old. There's no every like with the UFC, like every week or every month or every other month at least. This guy's great. He's gonna fight this another undefeated or a guy that's lost to quality opposition fight. It's always you gotta wait forever. You gotta wait years. Listen, this is insane. This is crazy. It's like a big scam. It's a bait and switch. I'm done. I'm done with boxing like this. I'll talk about it once in a while. I'll check it out, but I'm frustrated. Either that or I just don't post content here anymore. And it's been going on for a while. I started doing this back in the day. I was consistently posting about boxing. That's how I started building this channel with games and boxing. And then it started with all that, and I saw what was happening with Manny Pacquiao. And I was like, oh, Pacquiao, Floyd are going to fight. Oh, my God. And I knew it was going to be anticlimactic. I made like a short little video on it, and I said it before the fight. I actually predicted it down to exactly what happened. It's going to be weak. It's going to be lame, and Floyd was going to win, even though I'm a huge Pac fan, because they waited too long. They should have fought back when they were like 29, 30, at least. They just milked it for what it was worth. I'm done. I'm out. That's it. So that's how I feel about boxing. I'm very frustrated. It's a love-hate relationship, and right now I hate it. It's disturbing. And then you have all these BS channels. One copyright striked me. I documented this channel. One bum, he's probably sitting somewhere in his mom's basement, literally gave me a hard copyright strike when I took the robot voice and all the Tyson Fury clips that they don't own. They were using fair use with robot voice, and I literally was pausing, talking about the video and how it's BS that they're just making all these theories up for clicks and views. Got a hard copyright strike. Now, I didn't even want to bother with it. I'm done. I didn't even want to counter whatever. Let the loser have they got no 401k, they got no retirement plan. Let the bum, whoever it is, enjoy the few 100,000 views they get with fake boxing news, because that's all going to go away and dry up. That's no long-term game plan. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, could you blame me? A little bit upset about that. I wrote the guy, he wouldn't lift a copyright strike. I wrote the person, the robot, they never wrote me back, and whatever. And I would say I didn't want to be doxxed by counterclaiming because you got to fill in information, but I would never give my real address up. I use a P.O. box. So anyway, who has time for all this nonsense? Not me. So anyway, I'm out till the next video. I'm gonna talk about something else because this is frustrating, really. What do you want me to talk about? Want me to talk about aliens? Ghosts, UFOs? Do you want to? I'll talk about anything. I just turn the camera on and rant. Nobody's watching anyway. Anyway, if you are watching, thanks. See you next time.